What is a survival myth that is completely wrong and could get you killed? The first mistake is to look for food and water first, before having a shelter up, to keep yourself dry and warm. If you ever find yourself in snake country, make as much noise as possible. Most people want to avoid snakes, so stay quiet, but they are more scared of you than you are of them. Talk loudly, stomp, but obviously keep an eye and ear out for any fellas who don't want you to be there. Source: Australian. You do not need to wait 24 hours to report a missing person. If you think someone is missing, report it as such. The faster a missing person report is filed, the greater the chance the person will be found. Don't eat snow to stay hydrated if you're in a winter survival situation. Losing the heat to the snow while eating it is more dangerous than dehydration. Heat it up or let it melt in a container first to lose less heat. Follow flying birds to find water. They can simply be flying to spend a night anywhere, so we can't rely on them. Herbivorous animals are friendly and peaceful, so you are safe being around them, and their presence will show you where food is. Seriously, everything from cows to deer can and will kill you if you make it angry. It is usually a good idea, if you are in the wilds, not to get near any large wild animal, but herbivores can often be even more aggressive than the predators. Drinking alcohol to stay warm. You sweat, your blood will rush to your skin and you will freeze/die much faster. Edit. People seem curious about this. Here is a good link. Edit 2, as suggested by another editor. Removing a bullet is more dangerous than leaving it in. Trying to remove it can tear vital organs. It can be pushed in even deeper, or removing it can cause the person to bleed out. One myth I have heard was that moss only grows on the north side of trees. This of course is false. Wear a seatbelt. There's myths about it being bad if you go into a lake or there's a fire, but 1, that is an incredibly tiny proportion of car crashes, and 2, if you're in that situation, you're far more likely to be knocked out and die of inaction if you're not wearing a seatbelt. I know this is a mundane tip, but you're far more likely to be in a life-threatening car crash than be stabbed or be in a falling elevator. Wear a seatbelt. Apparently some people think the best way to survive a wolf attack is to bend down and show the wolf you're submissive towards him and pose as no threat. If you do this, you're dead. The wolf will 100% kill you. Your best bet is to walk away without turning your backs on them, maintaining eye contact the whole way. If you look away or turn your back, the wolf's killer instinct will kick in, and it'll kill you. Don't make a lot of noise and aggressive movements towards a wolf the same way you'd do to a black bear, because most likely it'll be seen as a challenge, not a threat. Don't stand underneath doorways in case of earthquakes. Doors and door frames are just not made the same anymore, so you're more likely to sustain more serious injuries if you do. You're better off staying hidden underneath a desk or table. If a diabetic is having a hypo and becomes unconscious, do not give them insulin. They need to get their blood sugar up, and insulin does literally the opposite. Fudge the media for always portraying diabetics as needing an injection to save their lives. Hiding under a bridge. If you're caught on the road in a tornado, the concrete over your head is no protection. The winds will channel through like a wind tunnel and blow you right out to your death. Hide in a ditch instead, against your instinct to not be under a solid structure. That looks more reassuring, but the winds will blow over ya instead of at you, hopefully. This is my biggest beef with the movie Man of Steel. I hope nobody died because they saw Park Kent telling people to get under a bridge for safety and thought it was a good idea. Don't do it, you will die. If you have to forage for food, avoid mushrooms entirely. Odds are so slim you will find an edible kind that you're much better off looking for things like nuts, seeds, and berries. One thing you see a lot in older movies and even today is to conserve your water. If you're in a desert, or if you lack water, never do that. If you're thirsty, drink your water. There are multiple cases of lost hikers being found dead from dehydration with water still in their bottles. Another thing is what you should wear. If you're planning on being out in the sun in a dry climate for a long time, don't wear shorts and a tank top. Go for a loose fitting and light long sleeve shirt with loose pants as well. Protecting your skin from sun exposure is important to prevent sunstroke and heat exhaustion. Also, contrary to logic, this clothing will help cool you down as it stops all your sweat from being evaporated in the heat. Editor's better advice: drink water regularly and not just when you're thirsty. You can still suffer from dehydration without being aware of it, and only drinking water when you're thirsty leads to underhydrating. Edit 2. People have pointed out you need sweat to evaporate to cool down. This is true. Clothes won't stop sweat from evaporating, only slow it down. This helps since if your sweat is constantly evaporating off your body, it won't help very much to cool you down, as it will be soaking up the sun's heat to evaporate rather than yours. It will waste a lot of water as you are sweating constantly. One of the more common examples of these misconceptions would be to jump when an elevator is falling. You're more likely to survive the crash if you lay spread eagle on the bottom of the elevator instead of jumping. Thank you for watching Internet's Funniest. Please like, share, and subscribe.